Hi everybody, this is the Chris's, and this is the System Safety Plan Speed Run. We are going to try to help everybody on board quickly to get their safety plan started. We're starting with a fresh new safety plan ourselves, and maybe we'll go back to the old one and incorporate things back in, but this is fresh and new for us, so it'll be fresh and new for you too. So the idea here is to get through the safety plan quickly. So we're concentrating on not being perfectionists and just jotting down a few things in each section off the top of our head without overthinking it, so that we kind of don't get the blank page syndrome, and so that we don't get stuck in one particular section, like overthinking it or trying to complete it as if we could ever finish it and be done with it. So, what is a safety plan? A safety plan is a autonomic nervous system monitor or assistance for us to regulate our autonomic nervous system. What the heck does that mean, Chris? Okay, so that really means that anything that triggers panic reactions in our body, our mind, or our emotions can be helped out with a good plan for how to help ourselves calm down, do self-care, and come back into the present and try to untrigger the triggers. What are triggers? Triggers are anything that activates our autonomic nervous system. In other words, it puts our body in some type of panic mode. That can be asthma, it can be migraines, it can be chronic flares for chronic illness, it can be anxiety attacks, panic attacks, it can be dissociative episodes. There are many things that our body can be triggered into and our mind can be triggered into as reactions to perceived threats. Doesn't have to be a real threat, just a perceived threat. Doesn't even have to be any. It can be innocuous triggers, like for us, the smell of coffee. That's the one we use as a big example. The smell of coffee is associated with our egg donor, who we have nicknamed Bertha. So Bertha used to emotionally manipulate us, and so anytime we smell coffee, our nervous system goes on alert, like, oh my god, Bertha might be here because we smell coffee. And of course, millions and billions of people drink coffee and have nothing to do with Bertha, but we still go on alert. So, distress will trigger dissociation, switching, various disorders like trauma disorders or immune disorders. With mental health issues, it could exacerbate autism, PTSD, ADHD, and physical stuff like allergies, allergy attacks, and so on, migraines. Okay. So what we want to do is lower that activation in our nervous system and lower it down so that our body comes back towards homeostasis. So that's the whole idea behind this. So you don't have to have DID. You can be plural with other immune and other issues, and this is the safety plan for you anyway. And the reason that we're making this video, and I know we're trying to talk really fast, the reason we're trying to make this is because we can see on the back end of pluralityresource.org that there are students stuck at various stages of making their safety plan, or maybe they just went off and did the booklet and didn't bother coming back to the class materials. So in any case, just in case any of you are stuck trying to fill out a section and then hitting a brick wall and getting stuck in perfectionism or procrastination, this is going to be the anti-perfectionism, anti-procrastination, fast, sloppy draft, not perfect, not written in the booklet, written on scrap paper, written on a whiteboard, whatever, scratch pad kind of safety plan so that we get something down on the page. How are you going to do this? If you need to and you want to join in, grab some kind of scrap paper, a pen or a writing instrument. You can download the safety plan version 8 or higher, 0.8 or higher, the link will be in the description of the video below. You're going to time us for 3 minutes when we're ready. Okay. So here's the safety plan course on Plurality Resource. You can find the link below. You can also go straight to the course materials here, which is on preview, and you can download materials without having to sign up. So you do not have to log in or sign up to start this. You can just go straight down to preview here. If you don't see this, here there will be a curriculum button across the top here, like little tabs. You can click on curriculum, and you should still be able to click on the preview for that. Okay, because I'm logged in, so. All right, so that's that. Once you have the safety plan in front of you, or you have a digital version of it, or you're just using scrap paper, that's fine. This is the cover here. Ignore the cover. Okay, then this is a spread of the first 2 pages. I needed that drink of water. Okay. We're in a very silly mood, so this is a great time to do this, right? So here we go. Table of contents, system safety plan. Forget it. We're not going to read this. Crisis numbers. All right, we're in the U.S. We're going to say 988. Did that work? Oh, that really I didn't look at the screen while doing it. That's why. Okay, whatever. Okay, 988. All right, good. Keep going. Scroll. Okay. Okay, here is the first thing that probably tripped up people. It is the brainstorm of things that help your system. So we've got some starter questions here. The next page we have some prompts. These are new prompts, and I want to use these for the speed run. So I'm just going to skip down to this page. But, you could write like all the things in the columns here. Make 4 columns out of it, whatever you want to do, right? So you can write a whole bunch of things here. Or what I'm going to do, if I scroll in the right direction, I'm just going to brainstorm based on these. So I'm going to start the timer. You can pause. I'm going to go start the timer. I'm going to take 3 minutes, but I'm going to read the prompt and everything in that 3 minutes. Here we go. So the prompt is an open-ended method to come up with our list of ideas, is to consider the question, what enjoyable or refreshing things might any of us in our system do that involves these words? Whew. Okay, here we go. Adventuring all the time. All right, travel. Whoops. Walking, hiking. Writing. Advocating. Tweeting. This is sloppy. Amusing ourselves. Singing. Analyzing, beautifying. Oh, am I going to hear that? Yeah, I am. Okay. Broadcasting, podcasting. Building Lego. Caretaking. Pet sitting. Celebrating. I don't know. Oh, we love coaching. We don't even have to. We should just point to it. Collecting. That's another Lego thing, but what else? Herbs. Combining, cooking. Boop. conditioning, conforming, no, connecting, brainstorming. Considering, plotting and planning, creating, sculpting. Oh, combining could be like puzzles. Dating, deciding, decorating, delegating. Uh-oh. Haha. It's making funny noises. Oh, that's so cool. I should have left the thingy on to record the the computer. It howled at me. Okay. So we've got like, I don't know, 10 or something ideas here. These are great. Okay. Excellent. Beautiful thing. We're going to go on to the next section. Okay. So the next section is, what are the signs that things are going well for us? What do we do? Who fronts? How do we feel? How do we or other people know that we're doing just fine? Okay, here we go. Let's make sure we don't take more than 3 minutes. This is so awkward. The tiniest one. Does that work? Okay. Who fronts? Kids. What do we do? Sing, talk to ourselves. Dance, party. We have little parties. Very silly right now. We talk to ourselves, inside and out, blah, 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 dance party, switching. Planner. It's a big one for us. If we don't do the planner, we're not doing well. Oh, some of these are, we can do that. What other signs are there that we're doing well? Cleaning. Ease. Our ease of doing things. Low anxiety. Low pain. Low asthma. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I just couldn't resist. I had to listen to it. Okay, so here we've got like 4 things that are internal. Maybe these are internal. And that's good. We're happy with that for now. So we can tell we're doing well when these things are happening. Okay. Our missions and plans. I know this is so sloppy. I'm sorry. Maybe we should type. We probably would do faster if we typed too. Whatever. Okay. Individual, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Individual or group goals, however far-fetched or mundane any of y'all think they are. What might you want to do one day? What or would love to look back and know that y'all accomplished? So we've got the shorter term stuff and the longer term stuff. Alrighty, here we go. This video. More courses, books, Extreme Sandbox. Oh, dragons. I don't know. I think that's good enough, though. All right, we don't want to get carried away. So that's enough for now. Staying in shipshape. Things that help us feel better when things are not going well. Okay, so here on the top right, we list self-care items that we need to do every day. No, wait. What? Oh, top right. Haha. This side. We don't know our left from right. Things that we need to do every day to stay well, and on the left, pull in toolbox items, things from the other list that we can do to help feel better on a low spoon day. Okay, so things that help us feel better, like we had hiking, going for a hike, or bike, or a walk, or dance, or sing. Sing. And then daily maintenance. Oh, hygiene, which we mentioned somewhere. I forget. How we know we're doing okay. Hygiene. What else? Oh, a planner. Coaching. Maybe. And then our stretch goals. Things that we want to do daily but may not be able to do when we have a hard time. Oh, that's our planner. Boop. And exercise. Okay, good. Next page. Checking for barnacles. Okay. I don't know if we're confusing people yet, but I don't know if these need more of an explanation. But there's a whole course with more explanation, so screw it. I'm just giving you permission to be sloppy. There we go. Just let it go. Don't be perfect. Okay. Checking for barnacles. So timely reminders to prevent problems later. What kind of self-care household, financial paperwork, etc., will help us stay on top, help us if we stay on top of it to prevent distress and problems. So, like medication refills, laundry bills. Do we need to, this week, laundry, right? Pay bills, for sure, and rent. And shopping for groceries. Car maintenance. That would definitely save us headaches in the long run, right? Recertifications for benefits of any kind. What else do we might need to do in the week? Moving our car. That's important. Because we have parking restriction stuff. And car maintenance, recertifications. What other periodic things? Medical appointments. Okay, next section. Foul orders. Okay, so here we're like making sure things don't get bad, and here is where, things are starting to get bad. So now it's triggers. The dangers in our environment. Coffee, right? This is where coffee comes in. These are triggers that cause more than just annoyance, but an actual increase in your symptoms, such as flares, anxiety, depression, self-harm, panic, despair, intrusions, or flashbacks. So these things are the danger signs, so that we're aware when there's any triggers around. So for us, it's definitely coffee, conformity, which we had a whole podcast episode about. People trying to break boundaries, breaking boundaries. Landlord shit. And doctors, medical, not medical. Okay, what can we do to comfort ourselves? Smell other things. Aromatherapy. There we go. That helps with the coffee. Conformity is be ourselves, be authentic. And belongingness. So sloppy. Boundaries. These both define and defend boundaries. Doctors and medical. Oh my God, grin and bear it. What do we got? Anybody, give us something for doctors and medical. Anything. What can we do? Put on our big boy panties. No. What can we do? Help. Adult bigs. Oh, yeah, but then Buck wants to, we were going to say, like, put Buck in front, but then Buck wants to punch the doctors in the face. So that doesn't help. Okay, Biggs. Justin, help, save us. Justin? Maybe he'll make fun of them. There we go. Okay, on to the next thing. Remember, these are just brainstorms and ideas for now. This is not like the perfect plan. This is a plan. It's a start of a plan. Okay, navigating dangers. So now it's not just like a trigger. Now we are actually triggered. So now we're like starting to have more anxiety rather than just like, uh-oh, there's a trigger and I feel a little anxious. Now it's like, uh-oh, I'm anxious. A ship's navigator who pilots a vessel through rough waters, sandbars, reefs, etc. So a maritime pilot is a local pilot who will jump into a boat and help sail through dangerous waters that they're familiar with. So, what are internal signs that we know that there is an upcoming danger, and what can we do when things are about to get rough? So we know like a doctor's appointment is coming, or we know like the landlord is coming to fix something. So we already know that something's gonna be triggering soon. Like, do we have to get anxious, or can we have a plan first? So do our daily maintenance essentials. And what else? Signs that we're heading into danger, that things are getting worse. Gosh, we start getting asthma attacks, increased pain, hypervigilance, what do we call it? Rumination, and projection. Oh, and catastrophizing. Well, no, maybe not quite yet. We're not quite there. Just getting nervous. All right, a little bit hypervigilant. A little bit. So what else can we do other than just our daily maintenance stuff like showering or stuff? What can we do? We can reality check. Plan. That goes against the projection. Plan, reality check, meds for inhaler, or pain meds. Hypervigilance. Presence. Okay, good enough. We can define that. Like, what is our reality check? Like, say, talk to therapist or friend. Yeah. Okay, good enough. All right. Batten hatches. In our worst times, so this is when we're not just getting a little triggered, now we're really triggered. So now we're actually like heading out of control, maybe heading towards a crisis, but not quite there yet. This is not a crisis plan, it's a safety plan. So it's to prevent a crisis. So in our worst times, what behaviors do we have when things are spiraling and we might lose control? Might lose control needs quotes. I'm putting quotes there. May lose control. Clear and direct actions to take, because when we're at our worst and anxious, we may not be able to think or decide or make choices, so we will make them now instead of later. So signs that we are in over our head. Oof. It's been so long. Okay, so we got SUI ideation. Maybe crying jags. Maybe. Um, ooh, buzzing, buzzing. Zzz, like our nerves are jangled. That's how we'll describe that. Buzzing and jangled. Um, restless. Paranoid. Good question. OID. Yeah. Okay. So now, obviously, we do our daily stuff and make sure that gets done. But what other things should we do? We should definitely call T or supporter. Well, there's nothing really wrong with having crying stuff, but it's the non-stop crying that's a problem. So maybe comfort, trauma holder, stuffies to the rescue, and our subtle folk. Whoops, can't even spell that. Help us, Obi-Wan. Restless. Presence. We'll have to figure out some presence skills. And then, paranoia. We definitely need some more reality check stuff. How can we upgrade? Well, we're already calling a tier a supporter, but we obviously need more. And we've got like CBD, which we could probably do here too. CBD. CBD. That's supposed to be an exclamation point. CBD. Help me, Obi-Wan. Okay. So, good enough for now. Now we're at the quarterly plan, which is actually an extension of this here. So, like, let's say, well, our recertification, for example. All right, we've got like Medicaid. And let's say we had food stamps or something, like SNAP. Right? We would know when those renewals are. So this would be something like January and July or something, or January and June. And then, because it's like every 6 months here. And then this would be annual. So let's say it's April, right? I'm just using this as an example. So April, January, and so in January we would know we have SNAP. And in like July, meet. SNAP. And then, what did we say, April? And then in April, we'd be like, Medicaid, right? Or maybe I want to like check my car fluids. Boop. Again, can't spell. Like every 2 months. And so on. Maybe I know, like, I have housing recertification or whatever. I would put that in here as to when it happens so that each month we could go, what's the thing for the month? Oh, it's these two things. Instead of having to, like, because it's easier when you're looking at these lists if this is in every month. Like, oh no, I definitely have to do these things every month. But see, recertifications are really like periodic. So you get the idea. There. Okay. So we are like basically done. I don't have a timer to see how long that took. Tell me how long that took. Gonna see if it'll tell me. We are 36 minutes in-ish. That's pretty good. So like 40 minutes-ish to do some planning. Now, if the other toolbox ways of doing it with the questions, like there's a big list of questions, and then there's the speed run question prompts, and then there's this where we actually like listed a bunch of things. So this could also be really quick. Like we could take the highlighter. What color? Let's do orange. And we could like meep meep. Make it smaller, obviously. This is like ridiculously large. So like, yeah. Undo. So we love amusement parks. We love our audiobooks. We like books. Ooh, we love camping. Coloring books. Cooking meals in advance. We do like having our past Chris's thank you for making me this meal moments. What else? We're kind of doing embroidery. We're doing cross stitch, close enough. Oh, and we're doing darning, which is fun. That's a new one. We give ourselves a haircut occasionally. That would be like self-care. Not really like, ooh, this is fun, but it annoys people in here when our hair is weird. Journaling. We don't do that enough. Laundry. We don't love it, but we do it because we have to do it. So anyway, get the idea. Where's puzzles? Puzzles. We already have puzzles on the list, don't we? Road trip. We haven't been able to do that because, like, Yeah. Occasionally we play a video game. So you get the idea. So you can do this to, like, do quickie things. And, like, but this is more limiting than the open-ended questions. Because obviously we didn't think of everything. But this is good, like, if you're really stuck. You can come here and, like, find a bunch of things. Going out in nature. And so on. So you can find some interesting things to consider for your toolbox here. And then I guess the only other thing to really do here, I lost the page, is to look at these. So yeah, we didn't talk about travel. So nothing ended up with travel. We did talk about hiking. We did talk about singing. We mentioned coaching. We started writing it and wrote it wrong. Coaching. We didn't talk about cooking. So, like, there's still things we could go and take these and, like, drop them into the sections that we think they belong in after doing what we just did. So we could take these and drop them in after our brainstorm. So, like, maybe 45 minutes or so, you've got, like, a bare bones safety plan. I can't remember the words. Okay. So, yeah. I guess that's it. Make sure we go all the way down. We got this list. We got plenty of room for more brainstorming down here. We left like a couple of pages blank at the end, and yeah. So like you can fill in some of the things that you need to remember, and so on. So yeah, now we get to write this stuff into our 2023 planner. Maybe add a few more ideas and work on it from there. We'll work on it the rest of the year. Thanks for joining us for this speed run, and we're going to stop recording now. So look in the description for links, and we'll talk to y'all sometime again soon. Bye.